because I always thought that was weird with like
Actually,
three and three quarter
he stands
collectors.
very well.
Oh really?
Don't
Let me
put
see
the
if I-
camera down. I know you're not wearing pants.
Yeah, you know, it's
I'm gonna
Thursday,
see some
so-
other 3 3/4.
Small talk.
What a beautiful opening. Welcome, everyone, to episode 44. God, I wanted to do something for episode 40, and I think I did giveaways on episode 39 and 41 for some reason. But welcome, everyone. I am joined by my co-host Sean, and as always, Eddie Money Mendez. How's it going tonight, guys?
What's up, man?
Doing pretty good, man.
Wow, we got energy here. What do you?
It's
What are you
been
drinking,
a rough
Sean?
couple of days for me, man. So I am drinking a Scotch with ginger ale.
I didn't know that
Okay.
this was a. I didn't know this was a thing on Small Talk. Because I'm drinking water, so
No,
Hey,
that's
I'm
man.
not prepared.
I'm also
fine.
I also got my water too.
yeah.
Man,
So do I.
it's been a hell of a couple of days for me. We did a field day at the school, so we've been out in the sun. We had tug of war today. We had a tug of war tournament, and the kids loved it, and it was fun for everybody.
Oh,
Some cool upsets and stuff with some of the teams that you would think are a little bit stronger, and then some of the other teams that are a little bit smaller coming out on top. So it was a fun day, but man, I am done.
Yeah.
Irie, thanks for noticing the old stash. It was better. I let everything else kind of catch up here. Next show, we're still working on it. So next show, hopefully, it'll be a bit darker. But yeah. How about you, Eddie? How have you been? I suppose a lot of people watching here just watched you. Have been watching you all week long again, but
Yeah. I'm doing pretty good. Everything's good. I'm going through a change right now. I'm moving to a new place, but it's all squared away. I got a new place now, so I'll start that process in a couple weeks. But
yeah.
other
So
than
is it bigger or smaller than
that,
next place?
I guess technically, well, it's like the same size pretty much. Because right now I live in a duplex that's 2 rooms, but one of the rooms is my living room, so it doesn't like count as its own room, I guess. And the apartment I'm moving into is like a 1-bedroom apartment. Cause I wish I could have got a 2-bedroom, but in California, especially in LA, like, yeah, 2-bedroom would have been like the price of a 4-bedroom house. in your
Yeah,
guys'
no,
area, so.
that's already bragging rights that you're living there in the first place, to be honest. Like, being in an area that, yes, it's boring as shit here, but the standard of living is pretty good, and I could never imagine having to pay some of the prices you guys have to down there.
Yeah, it's pretty rough sometimes, man, but it is what it is.
But you guys have the fun stuff. And yeah, if you're there a lot, you don't really know otherwise. That's what I'm saying, like, going from one standard of living to the old California, that would be tough. But so we got a couple things to unbox here. We're gonna try and keep kind of the pace up this time around. Zach liked to give his constructive criticism to the last show, so hence the show title as well. But we're going to. So Sean, you actually purchased some more 3 3/4 inch stuff. You're gonna show that off. I'm going to actually unbox.
It's all good, Mark.
Mezco's Toy Fair
Sweet, dude.
Nice.
stuff. I'll open that while Sean is working on his. And then Eddie, you got your Silver Surfer statue finally in, right?
Yeah, it's wrong way.
It-
You can't really
it's
see
too
it, but
far.
it's like it's right there.
Oh yeah. No, you can see that thing kind of sticks out. from here.
That looks
Yeah.
really cool with the black, the black.
I know,
wall, man.
right? Black background.
That looks cool. I cannot wait to get mine.
Mark says, "Let it simmer. 3-hour cast night, baby." All right. Sean, so you have your guys on you right now. Start showing them off. Sweet.
So we got the Black Panther,
Sweet.
and we got the Grey Hulk, and they're making it really hard to not buy this line. I don't know. I've never bought. So I'm gonna bust this open, the Black Panther first, but they're making it really hard not to buy this line. I just think it's really cool, with the retro style and stuff. And like I've mentioned last show, I have a couple of the old ones that I ended up giving my son. But we were at Target because we promised him we'd buy him something. So that means I get to buy something.
Is that how that works?
Yeah. So there's the Black Panther.
yeah.
He's got the blue arms and the blue legs and stuff with the stripes going down. And I really like this because they're doing that whole classic vibe on all of these guys. So I think the one I'm really excited for here pretty soon is the Iron Man. The Iron Man's coming out soon, so I have to pick up that one. But I really want to get the Spider-Man, and then also the Miss Marvel. And I think it form a pretty decent Avengers team. So you kind of see his muscles there a little bit.
The head sculpt on that looks really good.
Yeah, it's real nice.
How are the eyes painted there?
They are
pretty well?
silver, so that's pretty cool.
Is that as blue as it says?
What do you mean?
Or I mean, as it looks. I mean, is it as blue as it looks?
The
It
black
looks like
part,
kind
you
of
mean?
yeah, like
Black
it
part?
looks
Yeah.
bluish
I mean-
overall, and then lighter blue on the gloves.
If I recall some of the older comics, he was slightly blue because I think just doing the flat black on the paper.
The
would've-
shading and stuff was blue.
Exactly. Yeah. But
It shows it on the card. Show the card really quick. The card, the shading is blue on the card.
Yeah. No. Yeah, and that makes I have seen some like retro comics of him that look like that, so that makes sense.
Yeah, that's what he was talking about right there. You kind of see like
the
in the
blue
chest
on the
right
edges
here
and
and on the top of the head.
I was actually at Target today and I saw the Miss Marvel.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the first time I've seen any of those.
Well, I was really surprised at seeing these at Target. I mean, I've never seen them. I mean, I guess they've not really come out with anything like this in a while. And but I thought it was pretty cool. And they had like Electro. I think they had some X-Men.
Damn it. Mark.
But I'm more just kind of like the Avengers and stuff like that. So, I mean, the Black Panther looks really cool. I don't think he would be my favorite compared to the Captain America and the Green Hulk that I already have. But he was definitely going to make a good addition. And then this one caught me off guard, as it kind of did you, Dylan, is the Grey Hulk.
Yeah, so we never even covered that. I didn't even know that was a thing. Is that like a PX exclusive or what?
I don't know, because even at the shop, we didn't get the Grey Hulk. On that first run. So I don't know what's up with it.
I love the art on that.
Yeah, definitely classic.
It's Mcfarlane, I think, that does.
Yeah,
one of
he
the
did some of the
the
more current versions of Hulk.
There's a cover
But-
by him of the Grey Hulk that's a really popular cover that I really love. I just don't know what number it is.
Okay.
You know what? I should have.
It's the same sculpt as the green one, right?
That's exactly what I was gonna say. I should have grabbed the Grey Hulk or the Green Hulk.
It looks like it's a little more defined paint, but for the most part, it looks the same. But
Yeah, I think the gray just kind of reflects better.
very cool. Yeah, no,
I know what you mean.
that looks good. It's fun that you got
I've
into
always-
this line. It's a nice, like, cheap
Yeah,
line
it
that you don't have to stress or worry about too much.
You know, it again, you know, it's real cool to have like on your desk or something like that, you know, just kind of have a couple figures there. Even if you rotated the team out or something, you know, like keep some of your favorites out or something like that. You know, again,
Sure.
you're not gonna do much with this. Even if you had them with like the arms up or something like that, it's not super impressive. But I mean, if you line the team up the proper way, I think, you know, you can have a really cool retro looking team and not have a bunch of like 1/12 scale stuff out. You know what I mean?
I'm
Yeah.
kind of with Mark here. Mark says the art makes it hard to open even at $10, and that's the way I feel about 3 3/4 stuff. Is like, I get it just for the mint on card look.
Exactly. You, and
Super
you know,
7 is Super 7's reaction line is like that. Well, I think there's a couple I'll show you guys that they just came out with once we get to the news with them, but yeah, they're a lot like that.
and what I was gonna say too is like, you know, whenever I see a figure that they've been done in the card style, you know, like this, it always makes it real hard for me to open just because it's just so classic, you know.
Yeah. Well, someone like you though, Sean, with a comic book collection, you could maybe try and find the comics that they're from, and then that could be a good display where, like, you know, those will fit in almost
Right.
perfectly with those. But so I wanted to cover something real quick that I opened this last couple of weeks. Neither one of these are new or that great, but they were the first in the lines that I opened. And sorry, Sean, I kind of interrupted you, but you went away. So the first one was this Captain America Marvel Legends. This guy is from
The game.
the Avengers video game.
Yeah.
Pretty good overall figure. Like, you can get him in some really good poses. The tough part is his shield. So I think we've talked about this before with the shield, how they work on them. So this thing clips on, and then that's the peg for the back. But the clip here, it's like hard to find where that will stay on him.
Yeah.
You kind of have
And
to find the perfect sweet spot.
They kind of use a hard plastic on the clip too, so it's not like really like bendable, right? So that's why a lot of them break, I think.
Yeah, it would like either expand over time and fall off, or it would snap if you put it too high up. The other one that is worth the hype is this red, what is it, like Red Shadow Ninja, G.I. Joe.
Oh, yeah.
These are a lot of fun. This guy came loaded, so he came with this sword, and this is something that I was actually thinking about reaching out to Zach about. That I know he gets asked about all the time, but that metallic paint that he loves, that I would probably use, because he came with another, like, more of a katana type sword, like 2 axes, 2 of these, and then 2 of these, and 2 of these. Like, he just came loaded. So it's a fun figure overall. Pretty impressed with that. You can kind of see what some of the hype is with him. His joints are a little looser than the Marvel Legends, but it's pretty good.
I think that's the one some people were doing some mods on that figure too, right? Like, does he have a skirt on? I think
Yes.
people were removing the skirt or something and giving it more articulation in the hips. No,
that
that's
doesn't
fine.
really
No.
hinder anything.
There was something with that one, but I don't remember. I remember people were modding it though, or maybe they were just taking the skirt off in general and just not having the skirt on there. I don't know.
Yeah, like, it could affect, like, turning the waist, but
Yeah.
it's but it's pretty fun. So going into my Rumble Society or really my Mezco toy.
Hey Dylan, real quick,
Mezco's
while you're digging some stuff out of there real quick, there's the side by side, and it's
Yep.
actually their head sculpts are different.
They are. I thought his
the
hair
hair is
looked different.
Yeah.
That's interesting. So is it just the hair, or is it the head sculpts in general?
It's the hair and I mean, I think the head sculpt itself is kind of the same. It's just like the expression. Of course, on my Green Hulk, it wasn't done very well.
Yeah.
But you know, you could see it in the teeth and like the mad face.
Yeah.
It's different and stuff. So I definitely like the Gray Hulk more, though. I think.
Yeah, I think so too. I think I've always been that way.
Everything else is the same, though. The body, with the exception of like the paint apps and stuff like that. You know, it's kind of.
Mm-hmm.
But
that looks cool, man.
Yeah, so this one actually came with a 3 3/4 inch one too. So this is Popeye.
Shit.
I forgot it came with
Cool,
this. Actually, it's kind of cool. Oops. And yeah, this one, that's pretty cool. Comes with like a bandana, a little comic book, and then a huge pink skull patch. Won't spend much time on that. It also came with like pins and some trading cards.
That's a patch. The pink skull thing. That's a patch? That's a huge patch, dude.
It's enormous. I think it's for like people making their own jackets.
Yeah, to put it on like the back or something.
Right. So cool. This is the Krieg 13. So this is the black version. I was gonna do the white, and I'm like, I haven't even opened up the black yet. So, this is how boxes. This is how all Rumble Society ones are. Pretty cool boxes. But here we go. This is the art from it. But the white one was the one we covered last show, and I think the red one was the Hong Kong or Japan exclusive. Sick. Already had a hand fly out.
Oh shit.
And then the yellow one is the only one to come that needs to come out yet now, because I think there's 4 of them in the lore of them. Holy crap, it's a heavy figure. Like, the head is heavy. But that is pretty sweet. He's a lot bigger than I would have expected. So the helmet, there we go. Supposed to come off, and then there's the head sculpt.
Cool. That's a cool way to do a swap out, I guess.
Yeah, my only gripe would maybe say the head is a little bit too big, but at the same time, it kind of fits with the bulky armor.
You know what that head reminds me of?
What?
You guys saw The Matrix, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, the Sentinels or whatever.
Yeah. That they're running away from, the squid things.
Yeah. Yeah, I think someone commented that on one of the first shows we talked about them.
Oh, maybe I said that. I don't remember.
You could have said it then too, and I haven't been able to unsee that either. But comes with a little gun. And so this is obvious. This is kind of a talking point too. Is it comes with a crypto cog.
Oh,
if you guys remember, they did like a decoder ring. Like a year ago, and said it was going to be over $100 in prizes, and then really we got nothing out of it. We got like $20 off or $10 off a Baron Benz or something with it, and a lot of people were bitching about it. Well, then they did the buy 3 get 1 free for Black Skulls, and that pretty much covered like all what they needed to with it. But and I won't get too much into the thick of things with the accessories, because since it's Mezco, I could go on all day with them. But the big one that people like are these ones. So it's like the scythe type thing, and then the effects with it, and then the gun. I'll get to them at a different time, but
I like the colors. All the different
colors. Looks pretty fun. I think it's gonna be a fun fig to mess around with, but so that's pretty much kind of my talking points of like new things I got or mess around with. Some other things.
Figures, guys. Cool pickups.
You didn't get anything new, did you? Eddie? Any small new things?
Nope. I went
You're
to
actually
Target today. Yeah, I'm trying not to buy stuff right now and stuff in general because we're moving. So I'm actually selling stuff. But I was every time I go to Target, even if I don't want to buy anything, I'll go to the fucking toy aisle just to look. And I
Get your
always
little
catch
fix.
myself looking at the Jurassic Park stuff, dude. I really like the
It's
Jurassic Park stuff right now.
it's a good line.
Yeah.
I didn't put this, so I wanted to make this a talking point for next show's smaller talk. But different collecting communities, and why that reminded me of that is because the Jurassic Park collecting community is one of my favorite that I've been a part of, socially speaking.
Oh, really?
They're extremely upbeat, really cool with some of the stuff, and it's just, it doesn't seem like, it's similar to like the card collecting where they don't seem to mess around or kick the scalping complaining to death. Like, we all hate it.
There's
We
not
all
a lot
know.
of scalping in Jurassic Park, right?
There is, but it's not as bad. And a lot of those collectors care more about the vintage older stuff when we were kids anyways. Like that one that Greg put, that T-Rex that Greg posted with the guy that it can swallow and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
That thing goes for
That's
good
dope.
money nowadays.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of our, I guess it's the bigger local figure Facebook page, a guy posted the long neck that, it's funny because I actually was at that Target and it was still there, and he was like, there's one more left, and everybody was just kind of on him. He's like, man, that thing's been out for like 4 or 5 months or whatever, and then everybody's like, that's just scalpers trying to hype up something so they can pick it up and sell it for double or whatever. And it's from the more recent like Jurassic World movies. So
Yeah, what Equan was saying here, it helps the community be happy that every Target has Jurassic Park figures on the empty pegs, and empty pegs on everything else. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I don't see too many Jurassic Park things that are getting scalped like crazy. I think when that new wave came out, the Samuel L. Jackson figure I think was like highly. Oh, you know which one was scalped? What was it, like a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive? The one where he's in the aftershave or the shaving gel can.
Mhm.
That one I think was pretty sought after, and that one probably went up in value. But other than that one, I don't think I've seen a
Sideshow
lot
actually
of them.
came out with the can, didn't they? Or not
Yeah, they
Sideshow,
do.
but
Yeah, the prop. No, the
the
prop.
prop.
It's damn, what company is that? Because they've done some other. I think they did the baby. Was it Chronicle?
Chronicle did the can of,
With the actual embryos in it.
Yep,
or whatever?
yep, and because
Yeah,
it was
that's
like over $200 for that thing.
Yeah, I really want something from Jurassic Park. That's why that stuff like that Bronchiosaurus I think is the thing that I see all the time, and I'm like, I need to buy this.
I always that's one of those that I always joke around with Amanda. When we'll be like going through Target, and I'll like run over to the toy aisle and grab the big ass box of that thing, and I'll just like follow her around carrying it just to like embarrass her.
That's pretty good, dude.
Oh, I don't want this after all.
Yeah, I used to do that with the Mosasaurus too, because that thing was huge. I'd be like, "Oh, there it is," and then I'd like grab it, and she'd be like, "Don't even." But I'm struggling with this thing and trying to get it in the hands to like fit snug, but it's kind of cool. Yeah.
Oh, there it goes.
But yeah, so and we can kind of talk about that more in length. Like those are all good points with it, but one thing I also did want to say is
You're a
that
monkey now, dude.
I get so many like comparisons to what I look like all the time. Who is it that always used to say I looked like the Black Series Rebel Snow Trooper from our Hoth Trooper? figure.
Oh,
Anyways,
now that you've said it, I can't unsee it now, dude.
anyways,
That's exactly what it is.
the other thing did want to mention that we won't talk about the 3-0 Hulkbuster yet because we want to talk about it when it's fully solicited and released. It is not out yet, so
Damn.
they just teased it today. They like to tease it and then wait like a week before they do anything more on it. It's kind of annoying, but we'll get to that. And then the other thing I wanted to kind of go over when we can talk about this a little more later when we get to SH Figure Arts, but there's a news story that Earth's Mightiest Heroes get a new power up in Tech on Avengers. This is from marvels.com. And Avengers Tech on Avengers, don't know anything about them, but I think they're
either.
I think they're kind of newer, but anyways, they signed an agreement with Bandai Spirits, who will be releasing a SH Figure Arts action figure line in coordination with the comic book series. Stay tuned this June for more details with it. So we'll get to that a little more, but I just thought that was kind of cool. Wanted to call that out.
Hey, real quick, guys, shout out to John Garcia in the chat. That is my realtor, and he is helping me get my house of my dreams. So
wow.
Yeah, so he's
What's up, realtor?
He asked what's going on, and I told him, and he's like, yeah, I'll jump in real quick. So if you need somebody, let him know.
Cool. Maybe
what
when
up,
I'm
John?
going to Texas, I'll hit up John.
There you go. But yeah, so really for smaller talk, really the only other thing that I wanted to ask you guys was have you people who have listened to the show, I'll keep my side of this pretty short because people who've listened to the show probably know this from me. I've said it 1,000 times. But have you ever had your one of your favorite license or characters done or released or wanting to be done by your favorite brand? So like Hot Toys or like Prime 1 or something like that.
Yes.
And so I'll just kind of lead off since I just kind of sprung it on you guys here. So I'll just kind of take up. You guys think about it, but mine, for example, is Mezco owning the Predator license. That is, as everyone knows, Mezco is one of my favorite companies. And then Predator is one of my favorite licenses or brands. They just released like a Predator 2 City Hunter, like a doll, one of their doll lines or whatever, of the City Hunter one. And that's what made me think of it. Like, oh my God, my favorite actual Predator is the City Hunter. And if they would come out with the 1/12 version of that, they're already coming out with the Jungle version, but if they come out with the 1/12 collective one of those, that would be probably my grail, to be honest. I have the Hot Toys one. I do love it. Don't get me wrong. I just know like Mezco would kill it as well. But Sean, what would you say is? Yeah. Oh yeah. I have half. I would say half my collection is Hot Toys Predators. That's what got me into collecting.
Wait,
back
I don't
in
know
the
if
day.
I've ever asked you this before. You have the Scar Predator?
Yes.
You do?
I
Dude,
also have.
Trade
I
it to
also
me.
have.
I'll give you the OG Mando.
I also have Ancient. I don't. That's like one of the full ones that I've kept together since I've started scaling down. I've kept all my Alien stuff, which I don't have a ton of Alien stuff. Big Chap is one of my grails that I've never been able to get. I've just been praying for Hot Toys to redo it, but I just don't know if they have the license anymore, and I don't know if it's big enough anymore.
Well, I think it'll always be big enough. Like Alien. And
I would
Predator is,
hope
like,
so.
some of the
I
biggest
really
franchises.
I really hope so. Like nowadays, because I'm hoping that people are getting somewhat burnt out of. Not that I'm like cheering for this, but I hope people are getting somewhat burnt out of the classic superhero licenses, so they're they're more apt to be accepting or maybe even supporting different licenses like some of those classic ones. And yeah, I think now would be, you know, a good time for that before we get ramped up back into Marvel stuff. But yeah, so most of I would say probably half my collection is Predators.
Oh, damn, that's cool, dude.
Yeah, I love them, but I'd be jacked about that. Sean, what would you say is yours? Like a favorite brand being owned by one of your favorite companies, or if it doesn't exist, what would be your ideal character covered by your ideal brand?
If I'm thinking more recently, it would be, I think it's hard because for me, it's just a matter of getting a figure of my ideal character, which would either be Iron Man, Guardians, or Thanos. And the ones who've been doing that is Hasbro. So I tend to gravitate to them. You know, they're making it really hard recently to switch to like going Hot Toys or just statues or, you know, some of these higher end figures because they're coming out with like the Iron Man from the is it the hide bath, right? Where he's kind of it's
That's another
the
one
hollow.
I saw today. Yeah, that's a good looking figure.
You know, and like we have the hollow one at the shop, and I'm like, I want to buy it so bad, but I'm supposed to be out of Legends. But that's a really good example of Iron Man more recently in the comics, you know, within the last couple of years. I think I think it was Invincible Iron Man where they start introducing Riri Williams. So I would say initially them, but right now with my own downsizing, not only in figures but also in comics, I would say if I can just get a good example of a comic book figure, I would jump to that company. You know, so I think a bigger example in my own personal collection would be my in-game display. There's a lot of characters that haven't been made yet that were in that final battle scene that I would like to get, you know, or I just may not know about them. So if Hasbro's not making it, but someone else is, and it scales similar, I would jump on it. And you know, the whole thing where I'm going from on this in-game display is doing as close to that final battle charge with the more important characters. And if Iron Man's just shorter than another character that probably should be the same size or smaller than him, you know, I'll put Iron Man on like a mountain or like a little hill or something, you know, get some styrofoam or make my own base out of it to give the illusion that he's bigger. But I would think as of right now, it would just be acquiring the character that I need, you know?
So,
Go ahead.
oh, sorry. So I was just gonna ask to clarify. So you said your favorite a good comic book representation of a character you like. So Iron Man or Guardians, is that what you said?
Iron Man, Guardians, Thanos. I think a good example is the new deluxe Thanos that came out earlier in like February, March-ish or something like that.
With the
From
King
Hasbro.
Thanos head?
What the
So-
King Thanos said, yeah.
Out of those ones, who would you say? Hey, John. Yeah, we're actually gonna get to the Godzilla vs. King Kong Mecha Godzilla soon here later on in the show.
Sweet.
But anyways, who would you want to make those comic book representations? Who would be your ideal brand? Like SH Figure Arts? Do you like that Hasbro's doing some of that, or would you rather have Hot Toys?
I think if it's one of my personal favorite characters, it would definitely be SH Figure Arts.
Okay.
I haven't dived into like Mofex or anything yet. I was kind of wanting to do it with the Beskar Mando, but I just was never able to get it. But I think it would be SH Figure Arts on the bigger characters like Thor, like Iron Man, like Captain America, you know, the big three, Thanos, those kind of guys. But everyone else, I think Hasbro's doing a good enough job at the representation of them that I would be more quick to pick those up first. You know, Some other figures I'd like to see are like the T'Chari, you know, some of the Outriders and things like that, you know.
That would be cool.
A buddy of mine from the shop, he was saying, you know, these are the reasons why Hasbro need to come out with these army builders similar to what they're doing with like the AIM soldiers and stuff like that in the hand and stuff like that, with some of these in-game figures, you know, so that we can mass build on these bigger ideas and displays that we're wanting to build. And I think he's right, but at the same time, for me, it's kind of like quality over quantity. And where I would like to see an Outrider or even a T'Chari mass built where you can pick it up for like 12, 15 bucks, 20 bucks max, with somebody with like Iron Man, or even as going as far as like Valkyrie, you know, someone like that.
Mm-hmm.
Or what's Doctor Strange's sidekick's name? Wong, right?
Yeah.
Like something like that, you know, having those guys, or even like a Ravager from the Guardians or something like that.
That'd be cool.
You know,
Yeah.
having those kind of guys more readily available, I think Hasbro can do something like that, and I would pick it up from them first, because I don't need a $100 figure of a Ravager. You know,
Yeah.
I would go with a better version of Tessa Thompson, right? For Valkyrie, I would do that.
Yeah.
If
But, like,
SH
for an-
Figuarts did her on the horse in Endgame,
Yeah.
that would be sick, dude. That would be really
So,
cool.
so Eddie, what would you say? Like it doesn't have to be like a small company or anything.
I'll do what I never expected to happen, like you're saying, and then I'll do one that I hope happens. So immediately once you started saying it, it was the Val Kilmer, Batman Forever, Robin 2-pack that Hot Toys did. I never thought that they would actually make them. I thought they were gonna sit on the coming soon list forever, and because you know people don't like those movies. They don't, like, you know, there are people that love them, but they're overall like the ones that people shit on. So I never thought that was gonna happen. So
Like
when they
if we
those,
like them,
yeah.
we like them because of the nostalgia. Like us as kids, we enjoyed them at that time. Like they were the cartoony type things that was right up our alley. So that's why we like them. But yeah, no, I get what you're saying.
So I was really excited when those were announced. Pre-ordered those immediately. Those are really cool. And then now, Prime One. Now that I'm into statues, they're making statues of them. They're making 3 of them. Yeah. They're making the same 2 that Hot Toys is doing, and then they're making the first suit that Val Kilmer wears before he gets the upgraded suit with Robin.
I saw that.
No.
That's like a new release.
Yeah, they're on coming soon still for Prime One. They just announced them, but
yeah, because
so
they just showed like a video on those 3 releases, right?
Yeah. They just showed little teasers of them, but so I'll probably end up getting those too, and I don't know why, because that's gonna be crazy expensive. But you know, I'll try and find a way to swing that. But so those are some that I got really excited to see made by anybody really. And then something that I want to see made is more like Sean's realm, comic books. I really want a Cosmic Ghost Rider statue.
Isn't there one
specifically
with him on the
a
bike?
statue? Yeah.
It's
There's
okay.
one, and it's a custom, and it's like it's actually
the light up
not
one,
that,
right?
Yeah, it's not that
It's
pricey
it's
either
cool.
for how big it is, because it's like a 40-inch wide statue because he's on his bike and everything. It's cool. It was a custom, and I was gonna get it, but at the time I was like, I think it was $900 or like a little more than $900, and I was like, at the time I was like, that's way too much. I didn't have any statues at the time, so
Yeah.
I thought that's crazy. But now I would have freaking jumped on it, but I don't know if it's been released yet or not. I know that it was open for PO, like I think it was like 2 years ago, but I don't know if that ever released.
So
But I do have everything that they've done of Cosmic Ghost Rider, other than those little mini figures that they do at Walgreens. You know what those mini figures are that I'm talking about? That are like, they come in 2 packs.
Are they
don't
the
know
one?
what-
Do they come in bags or no?
I think there's bags, and then there's 2-packs of them at Walgreens that are exclusive, and they've done like all different kinds of comic book characters, but they look like little Lego figures, but they're not Legos. They're like,
Oh,
okay.
those the minifigs.
is
are
that
they
what-
mini-
Maybe they're
they're-
called minifigs. I don't know, but they're just little. I think they're smaller than 3 3/4 figures.
So Eddie, your perfect Cosmic Ghost Rider display. What is that? Like whether statue 112,
Statue.
Well, yeah,
But
he
like
said
what?
he's
Like
like
what?
statue.
Like if I'm thinking the Thanos one storyline, you read it, right? Have you
Mhm.
read that one?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you can take a scene out of that and make that into a statue, what is it?
I immediately thought of the scene when he's pissing on Thanos and it's fire.
He pisses on Thanos with fire.
He pisses on Thanos' dead body.
Good
And
God,
it comes out as fire. But no,
Jesus Christ!
I think it would have to be something on his bike with his whip or something. That would be super fucking sick. But if it's not on the bike, then it would be him with his pistols or his whip or something, his chain or something like that, and a switch. And it would be important to have a switch out head for me. Like I would need the like skull head with flames and everything, but then I'd also want a
Mini mates.
Frank. Yeah, that's what it is. Mini mates. That's the only. Thanks, Zach. That's the only Cosmic Ghost Rider figure that's been released that I don't have, because I have 2 of the Marvel Legends. I got the Kotobukiya statue, and I think the Mini Mates. That's the only other thing of Cosmic Ghost Rider. Oh, and Funko Pop. I have like 5 of the Funko Pops
Oh,
that were
yeah,
LA
those
Comic Con
I've seen.
exclusive. Yeah, I have like 5 of those, and so yeah, a statue would be ideal. If Hot Toys did it, that'd be cool. I just don't see them doing that because they're barely getting into the comic book stuff.
Yeah.
So I think statues more.
Well,
like
and
realistic.
there's so many figures ahead of Cosmic
Yeah.
Ghost Rider.
Yeah, that's
that
brand
they
new.
need to do first. Because so on that topic though, the one scene that I there's 2 actually. The one scene I think about with Cosmic Ghost Rider is where the fallen surfer is coming out of the portal and they're charging at each other kind of thing right before. I think he throws a millionaire at him or something like that.
Yeah.
And then the other one I think about is where Thanos finally realizes that him and Lady Death could never be.
Oh, I've
Oh.
heard of that storyline before.
And she's just like they're looking at each other and Thanos is like beaten and stuff, right? And Death is like, she's like, you hit it on the nose, and stuff. Those are the 2 that I would like to see from that particular storyline.
Nope McNope said XM Cosmic Ghost Rider would be the dopest. The custom was like 1850. It could have
Okay.
been. I don't remember the price, but he's right. XM would probably be the licenser that I would like to see do a licensed statue of him.
Why XM over Prime 1?
Because Prime 1 is usually a little more pricey, even if it is quarter scale. They get detail. They do so much more detail. But I'm just a bigger XM fan. They usually do well with like comic characters.
Okay.
Prime 1 does more like DC stuff and things like that. So XM does more Marvel stuff, so they do really good with Marvel, and they kind of do like Mezco, Dylan, where they make stuff modernized a little bit with a little Mezco twist. XM kind of does their own little kind of a XM twist on things, and it usually looks pretty good.
I love that. I think like there's no reason like I think there's a place obviously for that, and then obviously a place like Hot Toys of keeping it as accurate to like maybe screen as you can. But yeah, no, that's awesome. But
Yeah.
we should probably hit the news.
All right.
Right. That's what John would say.
Jesus. That's exactly what John
These were your 2, the 2 packaging of the 2 that you got.
Yeah. I'm glad I was planning on opening these because I had at the time I had taken the Black Panther out of the car, but I was looking for the Gray Hulk. I was like, where was it? Where was it? And I go back into the car, and you could see right there in that top right side, it's this big old crease in it now because it got caught up between the stroller. It fell out of the bag, and I was like, damn it. Well, at least I'm going to open it, you know?
Yeah.
So.
You don't save the cards, do you?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay. I wanted to see if that was the thing, because Mario saves his cards on the 3 3/4 stuff he opens.
That was a good. That's one of my favorite stories ever when you just ripped it in front of him. All right. So for the Mezco minute, this actually will be a minute. They were pretty quiet. There maybe more next show, but really the only thing going on is Solomon Kane pre-order went up. This is an MDX, so exclusive on their website. It's a pre-order, so they're doing the window, which is awesome. I believe the window they tweeted out today or put out today on some of their platforms that the pre-order is closing tomorrow at 12 p.m. Central. So if you want them, order them before then. $90, due to ship next year, in between February and April 2022. But yeah, it looks pretty good. I know nothing about Solomon Kane. I had to look him up to figure out what he was from.
Yeah, me too.
It's like Conan, I think he has some relationships with, but I think for the most part he's his own brand, right?
Is this like a comic thing, or because when I looked it up, I saw that there was a movie that came out maybe in the 90s, I think.
There's been a couple movies, I believe. One of them was with Hugh Jackman, I think, playing him.
No, because so when I saw that head sculpt, I immediately thought this was Van Helsing because of Hugh Jackman. Because Hugh Jackman's movie is Van Helsing, and he looks just like him. So you could get this figure and call it Van Helsing, and I wouldn't know the fucking difference. So that's why I thought it was Van Helsing. But then I looked up Solomon Kane, and there was another movie, I think in the late 90s, and it was I don't remember the actor, but it was a well-known actor for the time, but I had never heard of it before that. But it looks like the same kind of a character, like a fighting demons and shit.
Yeah, so Ekwan said created by the same dude that wrote Conan. So there you go. I knew there was some sort of relationship there because I think there has been times where their paths cross in some comics, I think.
That's
but it's
Frank, what's his name, right? Who created
No, not Frank. You're thinking of Frank Frazetta, right?
Yeah.
This one,
No?
Robert E. Howard, fictional character by the pulp era writer Robert E. Howard, a late 16th century Puritan. Solomon Kane is a somber-looking man who wanders the world with no apparent goal other than to vanquish evil in all its forms. So it looks like it started in pulp magazine Weird Tales, and eventually I think now there's comics and things like that. But yeah, interesting. You gotta love, I'm not gonna get this, but I want to, just to support the line, or support different characters. I like different branding like this, doing things that other people have not done. But yeah, it's interesting for sure. The next thing here, and that's it for Mezco. So moving on to Mafex, they finally had a release. I think we went through 2 shows without them having one. This guy, so this one's the Dark Knight Returns Superman. So this is number 161 and going for $105, due March 2022. I feel like just everything Mafex that I can think of off the top of my head is up for pre-order. I think Foosh mentioned that in his most recent one, where it seems like they just keep adding to the pile of things that they haven't released. Yeah, and exactly. It's so true. I only can think of Venom and Carnage as 2 in stocks that I can think of. pretty basic for how much he is, $105, and he comes with 2 head sculpts and then an arrow that explodes in his face, and that's essentially how Batman kicks his ass in the comic. But yeah, everyone knew this was coming, which means I believe there's already like the armored version, which is the one who fights this guy, coming. So that's pretty awesome that they're going all into these lines. That's pretty cool.
Is the last Superman that came out a Hush Superman?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, because I was
Correct.
wondering. So this is to go with the thicker Batman, the Dark Knight.
Yeah, so the two biggest Batman comic books is The Dark Knight Returns and Hush.
Mm-hmm.
And Hush is a lot more stylized, a lot more like of people's thoughts on how the characters should look for like all of them, like Joker, Catwoman, Batman, all of them. Whereas The Dark Knight Returns is obviously a totally different art style. Everyone is a lot more bulky. Everyone's a lot more older in it, bigger.
Dude, this guy has the world's biggest chin.
Yeah,
this dude's
for
chin.
sure. I'm
He
not
could
the
be the Crimson Chin, dude.
I'm not the
remember
biggest
that.
fan of this look.
About that.
I'm not the biggest fan of this look, but this is for sure like what he looks like in the what he for sure looks like in the comics. If you are diving into this line, good for you. This is awesome, and there really hasn't been many options.
Do you know what the deal is with the burned head? Is that Kryptonite that did that to him?
Yep. So he catches an arrow that's shot by, I'm pretty sure, the Green Arrow. Batman like pretty much lures him into a trap because the president asked Superman to stop Batman.
Mm-hmm.
And Superman goes there to stop Batman. He pretty much walks Superman into a trap.
Yeah.
And then, so one of the things he does is he has Green Arrow shoot an arrow of kryptonite at Superman, and he catches it and it explodes in his face, and then he just kicks the shit out of him. And then he like pretends. Wow. I won't get too big into it, but yeah, that's essentially how he beats him, and that's where like the famous line, I don't remember it verbatim, but he says something like, "Remember when you think of the one person who beat you, remember it was me," or something like that. I can't remember it exactly, but it's kind of badass.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that one's it's really cool how far they're getting into that line. There's not much more besides the mutant leader to do for them. And then the other release is as always, they do 2 at a time. This one is number 160, and this one's Marvel's Jean Grey comic book version.
Yeah.
$105 as well on Big Bad, in March of 2022. So, yeah, this one is... I don't mind this look. When I was watching Foosh on this one, he said that he didn't like this look at all. And I've heard other people say that as well. But I don't mind it. So she comes with 3 head sculpts. I thought she was Rogue right away until you see like the hand effect here.
Really?
But
it's kind of a bummer they didn't give her a ponytail head. That would have been really cool. But I love this. This line is so damn cool, dude. This is the best X-Men line out there, I think.
It's
Mezco.
It'd be cool to put I want to see like the lineups of
Mezco's
and
never
the
gonna
Mezco.
do Jean Grey, so
You don't know that. They've done Bishop, bro. Bishop.
But Jean's a girl. I don't think
Yeah.
they don't do girls, dude.
Yeah, they do.
Other
They
than
do
Harley
Catwoman
Quinn
and
and
Harley
Catwoman.
Quinn. But I think more is going to come with Mezco because they've updated the woman Buck. A lot of people, or the female Buck, a lot of people have complained about the female body that Mezco makes, and Mez has stated that there is a new one coming down the road, and once that happens and it proves to be good, I can almost guarantee they're going to dive into all kinds of female characters.
Yeah.
But because I think they for sure at least have to get to Rogue. They about have the main X-Men team done, except for Professor X and Rogue at this point, right? And Beast, I guess. But anyways, Yeah, so this one's pretty cool. What does elbow cough mean? That's my girlfriend. I don't know what that means, but anyways, oh, Sean, I was gonna ask you. Do you know any of the comics that she's involved in, or know anything about that?
I was trying to think about it. I'm not the biggest X-Men fan, so I don't really like dive into them. I went the Avengers route, when I first got into
Yeah.
it. So I was like, that's I picked my team and I'm sticking with it, But going through back issues, I feel like this is like some of the later 90s style, like where they had that big kind of like poppy X-Men title, like in like bright white and stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like that's where she's from.
She's definitely the Jim Lee.
Yeah.
Jean Grey.
Yeah,
That's why I was saying I wish she came with the ponytail hair.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of comics where she's drawn with the ponytail look. That's why I was like,
I like where she has like I guess it's like a little headband tiara thing with just kind of like the neutral, I guess, face. I don't kind of like her cringy face.
the
But,
angry face.
Yeah, the angry face.
Oh, the middle one there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they seem to be off and on with their head sculpts. I try not to focus too much on them unless it's one that I'm for sure gonna get. Then I like to make sure that I at least like it. But
I also feel like it's very like when I first saw it, like I knew it was Jean Grey, but like it seemed very anime style.
yeah, I can see that. And yeah, Danny, Marvel Legends has a deep figure line. That is very true. We're talking high end here, though, Danny. Come on now. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, no. I'm just talking about Marvel Legends, dude.
Moving on to Mcfarlane. I'll just go through these two real quick, since you guys feel free to stop me as I kind of blow through Mcfarlane here, because there's a lot to just kind of fly through. The two releases were Injustice. These two are Injustice 2 figures. It's the Multiverse, the Flash Hot Pursuit version, so he's like in white, due in June for $20, and then Dr. Fate is the one on the left here, for $20, also due in June. I thought this cape looked like cloth for a second for Dr. Fate, but it's definitely not. I'm pretty sure it's not, anyways. But yeah, so I have the Mezco one actually, I have it coming, and I actually am pretty excited about it. They also tease, I don't think it's up for solicitation yet, but there's Adepta Sororitas Battle Sister, Order of the Bloody Rose, Necron Flayed One, and then a Necron Flayed One artist proof, so he's all gray. All are $20, July release. And this is like their Warhammer line, right? I know Zach said he likes them. Was that Zach actually, by the way, who commented that he had the Father's Day King Kong with the articulated mouth? Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, no, I actually am interested in that, and it's good that you like that. I was on the fence about it because I like the articulated mouth, but I don't like the other head sculpt as much. I still think their first one that they made was like the best one. Mm-hmm. And then this was Tease. This was probably the biggest news by Mcfarlane since last show. So this is new Spartan figures Tease that we've been talking about forever in the previews catalog. Look for these around August 25th release, it looks like. Standard figures out of here is going to be about $24.99. And then there's a deluxe, like the clown, that'll be about $40. And then the Violator looks to be about $50. So what's all included in here is a Mortal Kombat 11 Malefic spawn. And then the Redeemer, Raven spawn, the Violator, and Clown.
These are cool, man.
Yeah, this picture is pretty fucking awesome, I think. I'm not
clown
a huge
Violator and then the actual Violator. Those two are the two tempting ones. I'm surprised he did like a the bulky Violator first. I was thinking he was gonna do like the long, skinny one.
Oh
You know?
yeah.
So that's cool. It's a
My
nice
my
big
thought,
figure.
has he did he reuse, maybe this is a reused body of some of the Build-A-Figures?
I don't know.
maybe.
It doesn't. It could
I'm
be. I
to-
guess.
total
Nothing like
s-
comes to mind when I'm looking at it though.
Total speculation here, but yeah. I know these look awesome. It's a pretty good picture too to kind of show it off. There's a bunch more
Yeah.
as well here that we won't dive too far into because I'm sure we'll get to them in another episode. But yes, JB, that Superman was Mafex from the Dark Knight Returns comic book series. But anyways, going back to Mcfarlane here, so they have the armored Batman from the Dark Knight Returns here. They have the Demon Etrigan from the Demon Knights books, King Shazam from the Infected, Shriek Unmasked from Batman Beyond. That's our third Shriek. Like, no one knows who this guy is, and we're getting 3 versions of him.
I know.
Wonder Woman, designed by Todd McFarlane, so this is his like artist rendition of her, pretty much. He's showed her off before, I think. And then I believe, I don't remember where I saw this, if this was Entertainment Earth or somewhere else. But McFarlane Toys, they also teased some Suicide Squad Build-A-Figure wave figures coming out with Harley Quinn, Bloodsport, Polka Dot Man, and Peacemaker. They're thinking, no one's confirmed, but the Build-A-Figure could be, what is it, Shark Man? Or
King
the
Shark?
Shark? King Shark, yeah.
Shark Man,
that
huh?
would be sick.
Jesus.
We're just shut your ass up.
Good
And
one,
then
dude. Good
Super 7, we're getting into Super 7 finally. But so just want to let everyone know they're doing a re-release of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Ultimates line for the 4 main ones here. Going to be $45 each. And the
These were
window
selling
is
for a lot, weren't they?
yeah. And the window is live on their website until June 1st, and they're going to ship in January of next year. So
do y'all know?
yeah.
Do y'all know if they've? I don't think they have, because I know they're kind of more onto the animated style stuff. But they need to come out with a Jenica. She's kind of getting kind of big. Right.
Why
now
is
in
she
the
getting
comics.
big?
She's the female. She's the first
Turtle?
female turtle.
Oh.
Did you have a yellow bandana?
Yeah, the yellow bandana.
Yeah,
know
I don't
nothing
know
of
if
this
that would be NECA's to do or if that would be Super 7. So Super 7s are based off of the old toys. So like when we were kids, the toys we would have had.
Like the
That's
mean
what
face
these
turtles and the Toon Turtles and
yeah, that's what these are based off of. The NECA are the ones who does like the animated TV show, the movies and all of that, and the video games. I don't know who would have the comic book rights, to tell you the truth, out of the two.
I'm not sure either.
That's a mystery.
Holy
but
shit.
this is awesome.
This is awesome, yeah.
But I thought this was funny. So this is the reaction figures. They're doing a Ren Stimpy and Powdered Toast Man, $18 each. For I think you can just buy these. I
Oh my
think they're
God,
already in
look
stock.
At the cards, dude.
Yes, but that's what I was talking about when their cards
two.
are what's so much fun out of Super 7. So, yeah, these look like a lot of fun. To tell you the truth, the cartoon always weirded me out.
What?
Like I felt like I was just getting. I won't even. I
But
won't
you know,
say it,
they
but-
were like I feel like Ren and Stimpy was the start of like our nostalgia. Like,
Dude.
it was just in time for like our parents to be into it, and then like us kind of watch it low key. And then they started coming out with things like Rocko's Modern Life and Ed, Ed and Eddie,
Yes.
you know, and things like that, you know, and it just kind of snowballed. Even SpongeBob, I would say, has hints of Ren and Stimpy, you know.
So what are they supposed? What kind of animals are they supposed to be, or are they not like meant to be?
Look at
animals?
their cards, dude. Ren's a dog. He's a chihuahua, and Stimpy's a cat. That's kitty litter. That's a bag of kitty litter.
I never would have noticed that. Never would have figured that out.
Yeah.
He's a cat? That's
He's
weird.
a cat.
Man,
All right, so
if Super 7 does like a version of like South Park, I'd be all over that. Because I don't think you don't need any like anything huge from that.
yeah, and it's cool to see that they're doing like they're still coming out with these figures, even though I know some people say that Pops have been taking away a lot of the cheap licenses, and it's nice to see companies instead of being scared of trying to compete with Pops or like not making these at all, that they're still doing them. So that's good to see.
Yeah.
Moving on to Bandai here. So these are some of the comic book images of the Tech on Avengers that I was talking about at the beginning that SH Figure Arts is going to work on.
Oh, Tech on. I thought
yeah.
you were saying like Tekken. Like fucking
Oh.
Tekken, but Tech. Okay, now I get the tech thing. All right.
Tech on. Yeah, they're supposed to have like they're all supposed to have special armors on or something. I don't fully know. Sean, I'm going to ask you to give us a lowdown on this because this is, straight up like our alley here where it's like a comic book and a figure line coinciding with each other. So once these start getting released, we'll have to know more.
I am going to be completely honest. I have slept on this and I have no clue what's going on with this. But
it's new.
Just by these panels, I'm down. Like it looks amazing. I mean, I think it's a little overdone already because it's the classic, MCU vibe. I feel like with like the Avengers going at Thanos. We've seen it a lot of times. So I would like to know the context of which Thanos, one, reacquired the Gauntlet, and then two, what is he trying to do this time with it on Earth?
Yeah.
But like I'm interested. I'm interested for sure. I think I slept on the whole Avengers. I think it was a mech strike, and that thing's hitting hard. And they're already coming out with figures on like the lower like kitty toy end and stuff.
Funko Pops
As well.
Stuff.
Yeah, and I already had the guy who pulls the books for us at the shop. I had him pull. I think it's issue 5 or 4 or 5, but Thanos gets his mech suit. So I'm gonna have to read that and try to retrack down the books because I think issue 1 sold out for us. I haven't checked any other shops or in the area, but I think issue 1 sold out for us, and there's been quite a few people asking for it. So if they continue to go on this, like, I would say alternate universe style Avengers wave, the way that Mech Strike's going, I can see this going decently quick. I think a lot of the hardcore guys who are like into just the main continuity might pass on it.
Yeah.
But the fanboys and even like I would even say almost anime style people might be into this.
Yeah, no, this looks pretty good. I like the animation style so far, but yeah, we'll have to see. We'll have to uncover more in future episodes on that. I'll leave that up to you, Sean. But
yeah, I'm gonna have to do some stuff on that.
So this was apparently the fucking showstopper of the small world figure collecting this year. This was obviously from King Kong versus Godzilla. SH Figure Arts Mecha Godzilla. This guy went for $150, which is like double of King Kong or Godzilla. Due in January of next year. This had die-cast pieces, I know for a fact, probably in the leg. But that's probably why it has that's probably why it was so much more. But with that, even still, it's sold out almost instantly everywhere. Like, you can't find this anywhere if you want to. My guess is since it's still in production for pre-order, I don't understand why everything would sell out for pre-orders, why they just wouldn't keep that window open essentially, or just produce more. But this thing looks wild. I feel like you don't get a straight up great look at him in the movie. It's always so fast action. I'm jacked about it. What do you guys think?
I like it. I think it's a good representation of Mechagodzilla if Mechagodzilla is real. You know? I think that when it comes to these maybe like older style movies or even like more animated style movies, that when they take a real twist on it, this is the result. And you know, I know Eddie, you've said before you're more into like the trash can version of him, you know, where he's kind of big and bulky, really round body and stuff like that. But like, I know they've talked about like Gundams coming out with their own like live action. This is what I would imagine a Gundam looking like, similar, you know, really mechanized, seeing all the inner workings and stuff like this one has. This would make, if I wasn't downsizing, if I wasn't focusing the collection, this would make me get into the monster stuff. And I didn't want to bring it up earlier because I wanted to wait for now. Prime One just announced their King Kong Godzilla diorama set that looks amazing, you know, and it's not, it doesn't have Mecha Godzilla, but it's Godzilla versus Kong on that in the city with the buildings and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it looks good.
I mean, I think if they're gonna start doing it right, they need to start coming out with more stuff like this. You know, even a better version of even like Mothra and stuff like that. And I can never say the name right. King, the three-headed dragon.
King Ghidorah.
Yeah. Like, just if SH Figure Arts wants to do something like this with Mecha Godzilla, like, I would be down for the wave.
Mm-hmm. Well, they did do Ghidorah, and they've done Godzilla, and they're doing King Kong. That hasn't released yet, but they haven't done Mothra, and they haven't done what's the pterodactyl looking one? Starts with an R. Damn. They haven't done him either. So I think they're working on it, you know, they're getting there. Rodan. But I think it's cool they're doing this. I didn't like the way he looked, so I don't like the figure just because I know it's more, you're completely right. This is exactly what he would look like if it actually happened, but I prefer the old look where he looked like, you know, thick and like, you know, a robot, I guess, in my head, like not so intricate,
like big and clunky.
Yeah, because this makes him look small in a way because he's so damn skinny and like the spikes are so long and like it made him look kind of small in a way, and it wasn't
just makes him look.
menacing.
It just makes him look so realistic. Like, why does he have to?
Yeah.
Like, it's like, I don't know, halfway through, like they're trying to make him look realistic, but at the same time, why does he have back spikes?
Everything, and I feel like everything wants to be realistic nowadays, and it's like, dude, this is a movie about a fucking planet-sized lizard and a planet-sized fucking monkey, dude. It's not realistic,
Right.
So it doesn't have to be fucking realistic, but
Yeah, I would agree with you
that's
on that.
yeah.
And I think
it's
going
fun.
with like Dylan, like I think like the back spikes and some of the other stuff, like even like a tail, you know, like I get it, like it could be a weapon and stuff like that, but like I think it's more just like aesthetic looking, you know, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
no,
I mean, look
that's
at
for
look
sure
at his
what it
hands, you know,
Yeah.
Like that's completely just modified. And I think the idea of having Mecha Godzilla in this form is that he's supposed to be the superior to Godzilla. You
Yeah.
know, so perfect form, obviously, but you know, like I think this is what we would see. Now going back to Eddie's point of this is not real world, you know, this is a redo of a redo almost, you know.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's where you kind of run into the hardcore like monster guys and Godzilla fans, King Kong fans, things like that, you know.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But even then,
Yeah.
you're getting like Power Ranger style characters, you know, with even like the Zords, the way they were super clunky.
That's why
like
I like
that as
the
well.
original. The original Mecha Godzilla looked like a dragon sword.
Yes.
That's why. That's why I like it.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, to me, like I was just Mecha Godzilla never got me super jacked up, anyways. But this would be. I have King Kong and Godzilla on the way, and that they would have been a lot of fun to pose with this one. I didn't hop on the pre-order. I just thought it was $150. It'll be there forever. Like I thought this would maybe be one that you could even wait till it's in stock with. Joke's on me, I guess.
Shit's
But
sold out.
yeah. So we should probably move on. We got for NECA news. This was their big thing here. They had they finally released American Werewolf in London Ultimate Kessler Werewolf figure. Ranges from about $35 to $38 depending on where you find it. It doesn't have any accessories, just except for another head.
Mm-hmm.
I was hoping that one of these were going to be an articulated mouth, but I don't think either one are. I think just one's with his mouth wide open, kind of bloody mouth, and then one's closed with the teeth. Both look freaking gnarly.
Yeah.
Yeah, due November. I don't know if I said that or not, but I'm going to get this. What about you guys?
It's very tempting, man. It looks really damn good, and I'm like, I've never seen this movie, but I just love werewolves, so I need to.
Yeah,
I know
we
I need to
need-
jump on this one. But
I would say that should be one of your guys' movies that you should do
dude,
on CW.
that would be
it's in-
awesome, man. We hardly
it's
ever
like-
do like horror movies either. That would be cool.
I know,
I'm
because
sure
I don't
Manny
think-
would fucking love that.
Right, I know. I don't think Dean and Zach are huge horror fans. That's probably why. But yeah, I think looks pretty good too. I think the joints don't look god awful. They try and hide them as best they can, and like just in this pose, who cares? Like, look at that thing just sitting there snarling at you. That looks gnarly.
Pretty crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. And then going on with NECA news, so Father's Day, there were 4 that were first to market to Target, and then there's going to be 4 other things marketed to Walmart. So the first 4 to Target that we'll talk about, there's essentially 2 more King Kongs, all based off of very similar to what we got, and then there's the Ultimate McGrady from The Thing, and then there was the Doc from Back to the Future, and it's the future version, I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so here are the versions. One of the King Kongs comes with one like a pterodon thing with the articulated mouth. That was the one we covered last show. But the pretty much same thing here. With the other King Kong release, except it comes with the airplane. So like the 30s version where he's fighting him on the Empire State Building. McGrady doesn't look as bad, of course, as the promo showed or the tease picture showed. That looks pretty sweet. It's going to be first to market at Target, which is pretty common for them and Mcfarlane, where you'll find it elsewhere later on, but I think these are at least already showing up in Target. I know Zach said he found one of the King Kongs already, and I think people are saying that these 2... Actually, I know I've seen the Doc in stores already. So
Yeah, I seen the Doc today and the King Kong with the plane. I saw
Okay.
at Target today.
yeah, I would consider that King Kong with the plane. That'd be fun, I would think. But
Yeah, it looks cool. It's a good accessory. I don't know why no one's done that with a King Kong yet.
right?
That's
I
like
was
the first one.
yeah, that's a good point. I don't know why either. But
Or chick. How come no one's done an accessory with like a little chick in a,
in his
Savage.
hands.
Yeah.
The old SH figure arts from the Peter Jackson's King Kong, I think, did. I think he came with a hand with the
They did
with
the one from Peter Jackson?
chicken.
What?
SH figure arts, yeah, that thing goes for a ton of money too
Dude, I
nowadays.
didn't know that. I gotta look
Yeah,
that shit up.
I wanted to buy it so bad back in the day, and I ended up not doing it. But so then Walmart's releases are finally they released the boys figures of Starlight and Homelander, and then there's the colored version of the original Frankenstein, and then animated series Batman grapple launcher replica. So those ones, yeah, these will all be to Walmart first, and then you can find them elsewhere, mass places. Oh yeah, that's right, Mezco does as well. Jason, good call. Both you and Scott pointed that out. Thanks for that.
That was cool.
I actually have that one sitting in my pile of loot at Big Bad. But I wanted to show Homelander and Starlight. They look pretty good. Homelander, I don't think his, correct me if I'm wrong, but his cape was not see-through like this. Like, you could not see red from the back. Could you not? Like, to me, it bugs me because it just looks cheap. And I didn't notice that on some of the 1/6 custom or third parties that we've seen in the past. So that part just looks cheap to me. I don't mind the joints here. The knees are a little wonky. The head sculpts aren't the greatest, but it's NECA. I would get it otherwise, though. I don't think it's that bad. It's just that cape bothers me. How it's like see-through. It looks just kind of chintzy.
It wasn't see-through in the show, but it was like double-sided. So there were lines on the inside and the outside. And then when we talked about this on CW, I was saying too, the line, the red line should be thinner, and there should be more lines.
That could be what's bugging me then. I don't know. It's something with the cape that bothers me out of this one.
It's hard to do like good-looking capes in 1/12 scale just because usually the fabric isn't heavy enough and it doesn't sit right, so it always looks like really poofy and like cheap, just because it's thinner.
Yeah, either you do it really well or you do it really bad. There's no, like, either you do it really well, like Mezco can do, and even NECA has hit home on some soft goods in the past. But like you said, like with cheaper, smaller stuff, 7-inch or 1/12 scale stuff, yeah, it seems like it's tougher to make it in good quality to where it'll fall naturally. Like Starlight's, her cape seems to be flared out, but who knows till we get it in hand. I do like, why does it show her forearm, like different forearms?
I don't
here?
know. Maybe does one of them have a glowing effect or something?
Maybe that could be a good idea. Because it comes with her glowing eyes.
Why does I don't like the Homelander figure at all, but I agree with you. I think the Starlight is done really well. I just don't like the Homelander.
Yeah, the Homelander to me, like, I could get past. To me, like, it just looks wonky with some of the articulation in this area, but the big thing is the cape. Yeah, Starlight looks very good in my opinion. I think with that head sculpt with her eyes glowing, like she's about to use her powers, I think that's pretty sweet. Mm-hmm. I love this show. This is one of my favorite shows, like, of recent.
So I really loved season 1, and season 2 was meh to me. Like, season 1 was like crazy. Like, everybody was talking about it, and I could see why. Like, it was like a game changer. It was awesome. And then season 2 was like whatever to me. Like, I feel like it lost all the hype from season 1, and it, like, I'm not even hyped for season 3 because of it. Like, I want season 3, but I'm not hyped anymore. I
would agree. Like, I think I've said this before. Halfway through season 2, I felt the same way as you. I was like, this show so far, halfway through, in this season has not, at the end of the show, has not left me with my jaw dropped like the first season did. Like, there's episodes that would end in the first season where you're just like, oh my god. Like, we've never seen that with, like, superheroes before on television. And, like, this is an actually, like, fucked show. Like, and the second season, I didn't really get that until the second half of season 2. But for me, the second half of season 2 was so good, it carried the rest of it for me. Like,
the second half was really good. That's right.
I thought it just blew, like, that part blew me away. They dove into different story arcs that you actually, like, didn't know you cared about, but you did.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I love this show. I really hope they expand. I hope they sell well. I hope they do the entire line, because I don't know if we'll ever get, like, proper licensed 1/6 scale versions of these. I have one of the third-party Homelanders coming, but that's it.
I'm looking at pictures of Starlight, and the only thing I can tell is the gauntlets that she has on her figure right now are the ones that are supposed to be on that suit, and the other ones look like the other suit gauntlets.
Interesting.
Do you think that
they wouldn't? There's no way.
You don't think so? How did you know what I was gonna say?
Because
how did you know what I was gonna? That was good.
You're gonna ask if, like, you could, like, remove the skirt and then, like, show, like, her other outfit or something.
Dylan.
Yeah,
that was a good wavelength. Me and you, we've been doing the show long enough together. We know now.
I was thinking that same thing. that
Why else would they give you the gauntlets, dude? Maybe they just can't solicit that because she's, like, sexy. But because think about it, you could take that skirt off easy. The arms would just be switch out arms, and then the top. Maybe the top they'll, like, leave the same and pretend like, oh, it's not just the no boobs or whatever, but maybe they'll leave the top. But it could be done really easily.
If I wouldn't have had any beers after the show tonight, I would have definitely ran to Walmart and tried to look for these two. But here's the Frankenstein. Again, looks really good. Same thing as the black and white version we covered. Really freaking good looking, I think. But now we will hear word from our sponsor.
It's Watto Scrapyard, Annie. We want to thank our friends over at Watto Scrapyard for sponsoring tonight's episode.
You can find them on Instagram at Watto Scrapyard. They're also on Facebook and eBay as well.
Yeah, man. They make 3D printed parts for hard-to-come-by Kenner and Hasbro vehicles, which is a huge help when you're looking for those lost pieces. They also make printed head sculpts of literally anybody you could think of.
Literally anyone. They've made a head sculpt of me. They've made head sculpts of PewDiePie for you. They've made all kinds of Jedi, all kinds of characters from the Star Wars universe. They are absolutely amazing. They can get any sculpt you want designed and printed for a reasonable fee today.
All right. So we are back, I think, except for Eddie. We will get into it, Sean. So Sean said there wasn't much for comic books that he was able to find that he wanted to really kind of dive into. So we'll just kind of start right into Hasbro stuff, which is fine because there's a lot. There was nothing for Star Wars, so that seemed to get dried up over May the 4th, which is totally fine. We haven't had much from Marvel Legends for a while. It seems like a once a month or once every couple months that we get drops like these, but they're expanding on the whole Infinity Saga line, which is from the movies, a lot of the movie renditions of figures. This one is from Thor Ragnarok Surtur.
Mm-hmm.
It's 6-inch scale, so he is bigger, right, than 6 inches. I think, isn't he like 11 inches or 12 inches? Or no, obviously he would be. Isn't he bigger though than a normal, like, 12-inch figure?
You know, I mean, I hope he is, because with his price tag that comes along with it was the other thing that I was kind of concerned with, you know, is like you really don't see him much in the movie except for the beginning and the end. You know, and in the beginning he's sitting down on his throne or whatever, you know.
Hold on, $52.99 to $60, August 2021 release. But yeah,
Wow,
keep going.
So, I'm super torn about this line because on one hand, it's exactly what I was talking about is like, getting some characters that we haven't seen. Me being a big Infinity Saga fan, but with some of the
13
price
inches.
tags for what we're about to see is like, I don't know if I'd be willing to pay that, especially with some of them already having previous releases.
Yeah. So this guy is 13 inches, so he is bigger, but not by much. So
In the
that's
movie,
kind of disappointing.
Thor only comes up to like his knee. So
Yeah.
he should be
In
a
the
lot
in the
bigger.
first version of him, because when he comes
yeah,
back, he's way
yeah,
bigger.
in the beginning of the movie. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks good. Like you said, Sean, pretty much another couple inches for twice the price. That's pretty hefty.
Yeah.
But it is cool that we're getting him. I never would have thought that we would have got a Surtur figure.
I think if you're a Thor fan and you liked Ragnarok, which was I would definitely say was one of the better movies, congrats, like you're getting them. Like it's just like another piece to the puzzle to completing it.
Yeah. And yeah, like he will be hopefully double the size. I think I said a couple inches. He's going to be like double hopefully of other Marvel Legends regular size figures, but he's not going to, like Eddie said, not going to be scaled properly, I don't think. I
Still
think
really good looking figure.
Yeah.
I like the
and
translucent
box looks-
Yep.
plastic, and the way they painted it looks really good.
Yeah, the only area that kind of sucks is the arms here, where the shoulder meets like the bicep
Yeah,
swivel.
because it's a big difference.
Yeah, it kind of sticks out. It creates like a line there, but overall, yeah, like the paint looks pretty good.
He kind
It's
of
gonna be
reminds me of like a mix of the Molting Man Bath and Johnny Storm or the Walgreens one.
Yeah,
And they just kind of did it a little bit better.
Right.
with like the burnt pieces and stuff like that. I think you're right. Like on the shoulders, it's a little too dark, but he's kind of like a lava being anyway. So
Yeah. So, moving on here too. So, the next one is the Infinity Saga Iron Man, Iron Monger from the first Iron Man movie. These are 6-inch scale action figures as well, so it's a dual pack of the Iron Monger and Jebediah. Is that his name?
Obadiah.
Obadiah.
Yeah.
Obadiah Stane.
Yep. Yeah. So it's it's a 2-pack of them for $74, due in August 2021 as well. It looks pretty good. What do you think of this, Sean?
Honestly, I think you're paying for the Ironmonger. I'm kind of glad they've waited on a more perfect version of him. I think there was a 6-inch, was it a Legends brand? I think where he was on card and he kind of had the little. I feel like they did something of him, or maybe I'm getting it mixed up with the Mark 1. But I really like this figure. The Obadiah I could kind of care less for, I guess. Unless you're kind of standing him next to that suited Tony Stark figure. But I think this is a really good model of him. And with the accessories that he comes with, I think you're going to get a good figure out of him. I don't think you can expect to do a lot with him as far as posing goes. Maybe somewhere near the realm of the Crimson Dynamo, the more recent one. But I really like him. And this figure right here is the reason why it's making me hard. It's hard to get out of Legends.
It's making you hard.
It's making me
Wow,
hard.
dude, I didn't know
It's
you
making me
liked it
hard
that
to get
much.
out of there.
These kinds of things are making me hard
That
too.
whiskey hasn't kicked in yet.
No, man, not at all.
That's like kind of messed up actually, that he's holding pretty much Iron Man's like life
Arc
right
reactor.
there in his hand. Yeah, he looks really clean. Is that like right? Is this shut up, Eddie? Is
I'm
that
just
right?
laughing because this cold open was Sean's 3 3/4 penis, and the next cold open is gonna be Sean's hard penis.
Come on, Sean, keep it together.
Jesus,
You're-
man.
You
Oh,
can't
man,
stop giving
you
us
just made me add
content.
it up. Yeah, I agree with you. I think it's missing battle damage or a wash there on
Yeah.
the Ironmonger, and
It's
I kind of
definitely
wish
too clean.
I wish like the gray was a little more dark, too. It's a little like light, you know.
Right.
And I think Obadiah is a way to get their money back. I think because the Ironmonger is brand new. I mean, they had to do the Obadiah head. That's new, but I think the suit, unless that's a new suited body, I don't know. I just figured
I doubt it.
that's a
I mean, it looks
you know,
really
that's
close
something
to...
that they can throw in and make their money's worth back on that, you know.
What was that Deadpool wave where they kind of had the suit, the white suits, or I think it was a
Oh,
Deadpool wave, right?
yeah.
You know,
With,
is it a
the little
repaint?
monkey
I'm not
dude.
100% sure, but I mean, for a suitcase, the arc reactor, and the head sculpt, I don't know.
yeah,
You know,
yeah. How much is
Yeah,
this
I'm
two-pack doing?
How much was it? 74, 70 to like $75 depending where you get it.
Dude, that's
and
crazy.
it's random. It's just random prices. I feel like too. You know, it's like you get it's
Oh,
52.
Infinity Saga ones are almost always about $5 to $7 more than
More.
regular Marvel Legends.
Do you know the height on Monger? Or no?
While we've been talking about it, I've been trying to find it, and I cannot find it anywhere. Everyone just keeps saying listening as 6-inch scale, and when I was looking at product dimensions on Amazon, that was really the only way
Yeah.
I was able to, because the box.
Yeah.
I was just looking at product dimensions of the box, and they have it listed as, oh my god, it's like not scrolling here, 3.5 by 15 by 10.98.
So he could be like a good 13 inches, huh?
Yeah.
Is
That's-
what's the height of the Hulkbuster?
Oh, Hulkbuster.
I have
I
no
am not
idea.
sure. I was thinking that Surtur that we just saw, why the fuck is this guy either the same size or bigger, and he comes with Obadiah for less? Or $10 more, I mean.
Yeah.
I feel like
yeah.
that Surtur
A
should be
little
like
a little
$40,
more than
dude.
$10, but yeah, it's that is interesting. Like you said, you probably answered your own question though, Eddie, where they probably paid itself off with this figure.
Yeah, that's true.
And yeah, I don't think they'll have problems selling it overall, but there's the box. I love the box of the Infinity Saga figures. I still haven't seen a single one of these in stores yet, but and then this one's a big one to go with it. This would be a lot of fun. This is the Mark III Iron Man from the movie to go against that double pack if you want for $26.99, due in October 2021. This one looks really good too. Actually, I think this one looks better, to be honest, but
Yeah.
I was seeing some other pictures of them, and the only area that looks off is like the waist to torso area looks super thick in my mind, like almost like Mark 7-ish.
Yeah.
But you know, that could be because we're our eyes are too adjusted for hot toy Iron Mans.
Well, and also just to get an open faceplate, the shielded arm, and the
Yeah.
missiles, right, and everything else we've kind of got before. You know, I mean, I think he's cool, and if you want to replicate an Iron Man display where he's fighting Obadiah, like it could be pretty cool. But even then, in the movie, his mask gets knocked off, you know.
Yeah.
So maybe even having like a no helmeted sculpt would have been cooler. But like with the double missiles, that reminds me of the scene where they're doing where he fights the tank. or like
Was it
maybe
double
like, what is
though?
it?
Was it double missiles? Because
It
that
wasn't.
always bugs me. Yeah, but it could
wasn't.
be. Could be
It wasn't?
on the right arm. No, because when he shoots the tank, there's only one missile there.
Oh.
Because I love that
Mm-hmm.
scene. That's the way I wanted to pose my Hot Toys Mark III. But the Hot Toys one came with double too, and so I don't know. Maybe in the movie he like only had one missile left, so that's why there was one. But
Yeah.
yeah, in the movie, I'm pretty sure it was just one when he shot the tank.
Yeah, it was one.
It could be.
You know another thing I don't like about these? I love the Mark III, and this figure is done well. This is a nitpick. I wish the red was darker, a little,
Yeah.
because in the movie it's not that bright. It's like more of a dark red.
Like the SH Figure Arts repaint. That's why
Yeah,
I
the
really
repaint,
liked.
yeah.
That's why I really like that SH Figure Arts repaint one that they did, because in my mind that's the most accurate looking Mark III
Yeah.
we have, even over Hot Toys.
Yeah, you're not wrong, dude. That one is
I-
the best one. I was super tempted to get that when it
It's
released.
really good. That was one of my favorites. I took it out of the box and I felt guilty for it. It was so nice. Sean, I know you wanted, so we typically don't cover props a ton, but you put this on the show sheet. I know you wanted to cover this. So this is the Infinity Saga Nano Gauntlet. So Iron Man's Infinity Gauntlet for $100, 1-to-1 scale. Due in August 2021. So tell me about it.
So me personally, I'm super torn on this because I just feel like it was the fix for coming out with, like, I guess the Hulk size Nano Gauntlet, which is not even really to scale, I feel like. One of my biggest concerns, it's going to come up here in a second, is the way it articulates. It looks like it's a bunch of plastic in between. Right there, you see where the thumb is, how it gets all bunched up. Like, why?
Yeah.
I don't know why I would be paying $100 for a Party City movie prop. Almost, you know, and I
Party
hate to be
City,
that hard on.
Jesus.
I hate to be that harsh on this thing.
You are
but-
hard tonight, dude.
No, yeah, definitely.
You're all kinds of hard
I know,
tonight.
right? But the one thing that'll make me buy this is the removable stones.
Yeah,
You know,
that's cool.
That is really cool.
I
is
think
really
we haven't had anything like that, but I'm sure there's somewhere on like Etsy where you can find that. But the whole idea of this gauntlet is that the stones got taken away,
Yeah.
and he acquires them this way, So
How cool would it be?
I don't know.
If there was magnets in there, so when you put it close, it actually snapped like it does in the movie. I know that's not gonna happen with Marvel Legends, shit,
Right.
but that would be so cool if you could mod it to put magnets in the stones and in the hand. Then it would snap
That
the
would
same
be-
way it does when he puts the stones in. That would be awesome.
That would be sweet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
But,
agree
it's-
with you on the plastic too. I don't. It's cool that you can get the snap, but it for 100 or more, it's gonna look
Well,
very.
And even look
Very
at the
toy-like.
pinky finger. Like it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's just
See-
soft plastic.
You guys would rather not have had this in here. You would have rather it not been able to snap. You just
How hard is it? Okay, because I don't own any of the Legends gauntlets, but I know that they articulate, right? The
They
hands
articulate,
at
but
least
they don't
bend in.
reach.
yeah,
Yeah.
like my buddy
On
has
any of them, you cannot snap them.
yeah, my buddy has the Thanos like the regular gold
Mm-hmm.
Infinity Gauntlet, and it pretty much just does this. I know, like, you can do this, and this is pretty much what it does.
Yeah,
Right.
And when you do this, it just like makes a different noise. Like he's about the noise of him making the snap.
yeah.
But it's like, is this far? Like, I don't even think you can touch them.
Well, and
It just is like straight up and down pretty much for all of them. It's like
I think
that.
like with the Infinity Gauntlet and the Hulk Nano Gauntlet, like it is what it is. It's a display. It's
Sure.
to have the gauntlet in your possession kind of thing. The fact that it articulates is just kind of a cool like gimmick, I feel like. But the point of this particular gauntlet that they're making is so that you can make it snap.
yeah.
And I guess if you're thinking nanotech, it's supposed to form around you, which is cool. Like, I like the idea, but I think for $100, you can do better than what they're showing here. You know?
Yeah.
I think for me, the only reason I'm buying this is because of the stones. I'm more of a fan of the Infinity Stones in general, as opposed to any of the gauntlets. Just because of the comics, you know, the lore of the stones and how they've
So
switched through different books.
Are you gonna take the stones out of the gauntlet and like display them on their own then, or?
I would probably do something similar to that.
Yeah.
I'm thinking like I have this idea.
Dude, you should wait, because I think they're gonna do like, you know how GameStop has those little boxes with like the prop stuff, and they have like Black Panther's beads and
They do that with the
Eye of,
It has the chest plate too.
And they did that with the Beskar tablets from Mando.
I bet you at some point they'll do a box with the stones.
I think though, if you are a person who likes to collect the prop replicas, like the helmets and stuff like that too, I think you'll get what you need out of it. You know, it'll be a cool display item for having the Tony Stark Nano Gauntlet. You know,
How taut do you think the rubber on the hands are gonna be? Like, if you display it, do you think, like, say you have it displayed and his arm is up like this, do you think the hands will like
slowly move down,
fall down because of the rubber, or do you think they're taut enough to like stay up like they're supposed to?
I would hope that maybe between the knuckles there's like some harder plastic. Like even on the box you could kind of see where like in between the knuckles or on the knuckles there's some harder plastic there.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
but over time does that harder plastic weigh down this soft plastic that you're getting over it?
Ekwan said, "Looks like an expensive oven mitt."
Yeah. He said he's gonna take his dinner out of the oven with it.
Yeah. All right. So this one, Sean, you actually missed this one. I had to add this one after.
Yeah. I did not see this one.
Because this one's a Walmart exclusive. So this is Captain America from Avengers Infinity War. Like I said, Walmart exclusive, going for $26.49 approximately. Due 9/1.
And so I think this is the one that I have the bigger issue with as far as it just being releases in general. I think it looks great. I think you definitely get that Nomad or even just like, you know, bearded Captain America pretty well. But the fact is, like, they had to wait this long to release this line.
Yeah.
You know, how far are we out from Endgame and how far are we out from Infinity War, where we saw this for a hot second? You know, I like that the shields are there. You know, you could definitely, if you have that 5-pack, the Children of Thanos 5-pack, you could totally do the Proxima Midnight scene where she throws her spear at him. You know. But
the original release of this didn't come with the shields either, right?
The original,
I heard that
came with one shield that was highly inaccurate, and the head sculpt was horrible. I feel like,
This head sculpt
and
was still pretty bad.
wasn't the suit darker like it was in the movie, or was it like light like
Yeah,
this? So
it
like
was darker.
on this looks like normal Captain America suit, just without like the silver star in the middle, and the rest of it looks like normal, not very dark colors.
Yeah, but like, again, like if you're a fan of completing the set, you know, you're gonna buy this, you know. But for me, it's like I had bought the original wave, and it was a miss. But I didn't buy it for the Captain America. I bought it for the Bath. You know, for I think it was Cole Obsidian.
Oh no, yeah, Cole Obsidian, yeah.
And and even then, they did a re-release on him to make it, to fix the errors, you know. And I think it just kind of speaks to how secretive Marvel is and how quick some of these lines are to get out figures to make the sale now, you know.
Oh, 100%.
Because they could have taken the hate for years on end and be like, we're waiting for the end of the series to come out with better figures. You know? Because at one point, I think that Captain America was like $8. You know, you can find them loose with the shield, with the extra hands I think he had. You know, not knuckled like it is with the gloves and stuff. Mm-hmm. And it's just like, if you still have that Captain America, you would be getting rid of him for this. But you're still gonna pay, what is it, $26, almost $30 for the new figure, for the art box, for the extra accessories. You know, the better holds head sculpt.
I'm not sure you need this if you have the original, unless you want the shields, both the shields.
I think if you're a fan of Infinity War, then you buy this. If you're a big fan of Infinity War, maybe you're doing the fight scene, you know, the big battle with the Outriders and stuff like that. You know, but what else do you need? Do you need Groot? You know, do you need Thor dropping in, stuff like that? You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a good. One of you guys mentioned, like, now that it's finished up, they're gonna go back and just like perfect a lot of these releases. Is most likely what they're going to do. And interesting how this one.
This is not perfected.
Over the original, yes.
This is
improve.
I don't know if it's even better than the original, because like Dylan was saying, that the color's wrong. The head still sucks.
Okay,
the only thing that's an improvement is the shields. That's the only thing I'll give you improvement on. The other thing,
Okay, real quick, while you guys have been talking here, I've been trying to open up a figure that came in today. So this is 1/6 scale. It's Tormund Giant's Bane, baby.
Oh, no way, dude.
Yeah, I ordered it.
Out already?
It's the first figure I ever ordered from 30 Direct on their website, and it got here pretty quick.
Dude,
it's
you should
not
have done an unboxing of that.
I just got it today. I might after, or the next unboxing, I might bring it on. Question though, how do you open up these type of like tops without like bending the shit out of them, or do you guys just not care?
You get a knife and you slide it in the side and you pop each corner up, and then you...
I tried that and it can never work. Do you get like a wide knife or a long knife to cover both sides?
No, you get... It doesn't matter. Like a pocket knife, and you slide it in one side, but you can't just pop up. You gotta push out the tab a little bit and then up. You know what I mean? Like, push the tab, because it's a hook, right?
Caught.
Yeah, it'll get caught, so you gotta push it out and then up. And it'll pop. That's a... You know where I learned that? Funko Pop collecting, because people don't like to fucking ruin the box. So they all use their box cutter or whatever to pop the tabs, or like a butter knife, and pop it up, and then...
Fair. Okay.
Danny Lee says use a ruler too.
Ruler might be a little thick. I don't know how thin your ruler is.
Yeah, that's yeah. Not gonna continue on the conversation. Okay, so this was the...
Well, we know Danny's
next
ruler is
one.
pretty thin.
Jesus. Equan said you need force distribution when opening this, or you get a bend. Yeah, that's my issue. Because I've torn it before even using a knife. Because that's what I've always used, was a knife. Like, I just use one of these little things, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But that's a good pointer to push in and then out, kind of. Anyways, so this is another Infinity Saga one. This is Happy Hogan and Mark 2020, or Mark 21. So used to saying 2021. Mark 21. So this is the Midas Gold one. And this is a Target exclusive 2-pack for $50. And due 8/1. So yeah, this one looks... What does that mean? Oh, John has a figure.
Danny, he would need the goatee, dude. Because I think it was Dean who started it, that said that John looks like Jon Favreau.
Oh.
And so now we say this is John. But he's missing. He's clean shaven, dude. You just gotta get a Sharpie and put a little goatee on him, and then it's the everyday collector.
That's funny as shit.
And give him a bright ass vest too, a nice yellow vest there. And but this Iron Man, dude, doesn't this look more like the butterscotch? Mark 21.
Yeah, it's not very
someone
gold.
chiseled it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not very gold. We'll have to see how that looks in stores, but
I think the reason you're buying this is for Happy. You're buying this for Happy. You know, because if you're buying it for the Iron Man, I think it's just to add to your Hall of Armor. You know, maybe you're doing what was it called? The Clean Slate Protocol, something like that.
House party protocol.
The house party protocol, right?
Yeah.
And other than that, I didn't like the Hot Toys version of it either, you know, but I think you buy this for Happy because you don't have him. Even over Obadiah, you know.
Sorry, I wasn't trying to interrupt you, but that worked, Eddie. Thanks for that.
Good shit, man. No problem.
Yeah, so have they not made a Happy Hogan before?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay. Well, that would make sense then. Have they gone into it as much as Hot Toys has with House Party Protocol, Sean? Like, have they done a ton of them?
It kind of just depends on, I guess, which Iron Man. If you're buying it for just the MCU, I would say no. But over the years with the releases of the Iron Man, I think that's kind of the fun part of it.
That's true, because that one they released as like the gamer verse of like the game Avengers one, but it's like the Star. What is it? Stars.
And there was that 2-pack that you could even find at like Ross. That was like purple or blue and orange or something like that.
Purple and orange, and then another.
And it came
one
with the heat, the little heat paint apps with the War Machine. I think. Yeah, Hot Rod.
Hot Rod. Yeah. They've done a couple. I don't know if they've done as much as Hot Toys has, because I don't think they've done like Igor and Red Snapper and Silver Centurion. Not the movie versions anyway, but they have done maybe like 10 of the movie versions. So
okay,
they're getting there, but they've never. You know what they've never done is a haul. So I wonder if we'll see that from Marvel Legends at some point.
That would be cool.
Yeah,
it's cool how Happy comes with the phone. That's funny.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the last one to kind of round out the Infinity Saga, we had Rescue and Captain Marvel 2-pack. This is an Amazon exclusive. As of yesterday, it was still up for sale actually.
Nice.
And this is $53, due September 1st.
I don't think that's a bad price at all. And
yeah, that's pretty good.
And for the way that the first Rescue came out, and to get Captain Marvel with that, I think that's a really good deal, because if you're a Captain Marvel fan, you know, you might try to get that SH Figure Arts just for the better likeness and some of the better articulation out of it. But if it wasn't like a huge deal to you to have this in your in-game display, I think this Captain Marvel's the way to go, especially because you get the Gauntlet. So if you wanted to do that whole A-Force scene, or her flying through all the tanks and stuff like that, trying to get to the portal, I like the helmeted version of Pepper Potts with the mask up.
Yeah,
I don't really like the one without it. She's a little comic booky for me, at least in this rendition of Rescue. Other than that, besides, I think, a more vibrant paint on the blue and the gold, you're really not getting anything else too crazy besides the her little back beam blaster things that she has when she pairs up with Iron Man. So if you have the Iron Man Mark 85, this could be really cool to put him with, but I think you buy it for the Captain Marvel.
Yeah, no, that's... I think, yeah, like you guys said, this is as far as much as the... What was it? The Ironmonger, Jebediah, or Obadiah. Jebediah.
Yeah.
As much as that 2-pack costs, like, doesn't seem like it's a deal at all, this one definitely seems like much more of a deal.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then there's the box for that. Again, looks pretty good.
Are they doing on the sides? Are they doing like scenes on them like they did that original wave, where they started doing the same kind of box art? Like, do we know that?
Do not know. I don't think they've. Maybe one of the reasons I haven't seen them in stores is because I don't know if any of the Infinity Sagas have been released yet. Have they?
A lot of it seems like August, September.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think any of them have been like hitting stores yet anyways, so we'll find out with that.
Dude, look at the traps on fucking Rescue.
I know. Yeah. Jeez. Okay, and then Spider-Man Retro. This is in their retro line, so like the 90s comic / animated series line. They released Spider-Man 2099, so it's like dark blue, different red design, kind of futuristic looking sort of thing is what they're going with the retro card back. This is $23 to $24, due in October. And then what just dropped today was this huge wave. So they released a wave from
What in the
X-Men
fuck?
Age... What?
Who's this guy next to Magneto?
X-Men Age of Apocalypse wave, due Q3 2021. So we got Magneto, Rogue, Cyclops, Sabretooth, Shadowcat, Iceman, and then Legion, I think, is the one that you don't know. But it's a build-a-figure for Colossus,
Alright.
and like you said, I think in our chat, Eddie, Colossus looks sick.
Yeah, Colossus looks cool. I think it's Cyclops, dude. I think Legion's the dude with the 80s, 70s, 80s hair. I think this is fucking
like this
Yeah,
is
that's
like,
the guy.
Oh,
That's the guy I
yeah,
didn't
yeah.
know. Like, look at this
Sorry,
hair, dude.
I thought you were talking about this one, but yeah, Cyclops. Yeah, he's got like super long hair.
Emo hair with the
Yeah.
one eye. Like, dude, what the fuck?
Magneto's got like braids in his long gray hair. Rogue has like a weird like jumpsuit looking thing. Sabretooth actually looks good. Iceman looks good. Shadowcat looks okay. I guess I don't know anything about her. Legion is... I know nothing about him either, but this Colossus is the showstopper for me. The Build-A-Figure. He looks pretty good. What do you guys think?
Go ahead, Sean.
I mean, I really don't have an opinion on this at all.
Because
I will not. I will not even. I will not buy one of these.
Wow.
I don't
You are
know
hard.
the Age of Apocalypse storyline. Jesus. I don't know the Age of Apocalypse storyline. I've always liked the Magneto look from Age of Apocalypse with the long hair. I thought it was cool. And I think this Colossus looks cool. You know, just like a different, you know, with this extra armor and the bandana. I don't know, it reminds me of Turtles or something. Like, this looks like a character that would fight the Ninja Turtles. But yeah, Legion is... I was gonna say it has something to do with Professor X, right? Because he's the show Legion. But I don't... Yeah, I'm with Sean. I don't like this wave other than Colossus. I don't like the way these characters look.
I don't like
Cyclops
the way
looks
Magneto
weird to me.
looks. I think the coolest figure out of all of these is the Iceman. I think he looks pretty cool.
I think Iceman and Sabretooth look pretty good. But yeah, we can move on here. I'll just touch on this. I know you guys beat this to death in Collecting Weekly because
Dean
Zach
beats
really likes
everything
these.
to death.
But these are the Jazzwares Halo figures that were teased. This is Wave 3, so it comes with Sarah Palmer, 6, Master Chief, and then another, what is it, Mark V or 5?
5, yeah.
I think. Which would be, what, the second or third one that they've done now? Of that one, but...
third.
And it's the third one of Master Chief, too. They've came out of the Master Chief in every wave so far. So,
Yeah,
interesting. But like you guys said, good to see more of Noble Team getting filled out here. That's what I'm going for as well. Halo 4 and 5 were so forgettable to me. I don't give a shit, and I was an adamant, huge Halo fan growing up. Okay, so then this one.
Zach, why would you go with that one for a classic Magneto? There's 2 other Marvel Legend Magnetos.
Why?
Why would you go with that one, dude? You fucked up, dude.
No.
Alright.
Speaking
In what
of Zach,
continuity, I don't even know the storyline. But like
The
what
suit
continuity
color
did
is
he have?
wrong.
The long hair.
The suit color is wrong for a Magneto. That's not
Is
the
it?
right suit for a classic Magneto. No, it's different in Apocalypse.
oh,
I
so
feel
but
like a
this
lot of
is
this from,
classic
animated.
looking.
No, I mean it's
Like-
classic for Age of Apocalypse, but if you want like a classic regular Magneto, this is not the one you get.
That 3-pack is better. The
Um,
one with the Quicksilver and Scarlet
Oh,
Witch, I
yeah.
think.
Yeah.
sorry.
Speaking of Zach, he's a big fan of this character.
Yeah.
So, Eddie, you want to talk about this guy a little bit? This is Sentinel Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse Miles Morales.
Well, I just wanted to throw it on there for Zach because I know
Oh.
Zach's interested and he pre-ordered 5 of these figures.
Good God. I did see that, but
I don't think they're all for him. I think he's keeping like 2 of them, and then like a couple pre-orders are for other people. But I like that. I mean, I could see getting 2 or 3 of these because you can do at least two different versions of Miles. Like you could do him in just the suit that he is on the right, or you can do the whole suited up with the shorts and the jacket and sweater and everything. And I like that it has the untied shoe right there. I think that's a nice touch. They still don't have the fucking Nikes. No one obviously they can't do the Nikes because of not having like or wanting to pay for those first whatever the brand or whatever. But I think it's cool that he comes with Spider Ham's hammer there that he gives him towards the end of the movie. He comes with the spray bottle hand. That's cool. So yeah, I think this is a really cool figure, and for the deal that Zach found, I think it was on sale for like $50 or something. So that's why they pre-ordered all those figures. But that's a good deal. It looks promising. You know, it looks like it could be the best version of this Miles out there. So
Yeah, I like it myself too. I think with Miles getting as crazy and big as he is, I really like how you could kind of start switching out the waist. I think that's kind of innovative, you know. You don't really get to see too much of that.
yeah,
Unless you're doing like customs or something like that.
yeah.
But I think you can swap this out for a comic version definitely too, though, because in the comics he's just as bubbly as he looks now. The only difference is his unmasked head sculpt, you know.
Yeah.
But I really like the jacket and even the pose in the picture. Like that's pretty cool too if you get the right base and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, that's all you need.
Yeah.
And I feel like those shoes are more of like Reeboks than they are the Nikes, you know.
Yeah, I know, right? I kind of wish they had 2 hoods, one that you could put over the head and then one that stays down, because I think you can only do the hood down version. So that's one thing to note. And then how do you think these knees are gonna hold up? Because with the swap out waist like you're talking about, that's cool, but like it looks like there's no joints on the swap out, so you pull it out. I wonder how that's gonna work. Like how I just don't know how that works.
It has to be like an upper thigh kind of thing where it's like there's just enough space to pop it into pop it into the shorts, you know. So
because to me
I
it
bet
looked
you
like
have,
it was the joint where the knee is. It didn't. I
yeah,
don't
like
know if it
above.
was
It's
right
like above the kneecap, I think.
it's like I
Yeah.
bet it's like a half inch towards like the knee where it pops in there.
Yeah, hopefully it does hold up because yeah, like you said, they're super skinny legs, which is very common accurate. I think I said this before. I think this is one of the more accurate Miles Morales from the Into the Spideyverse that we've seen. Like, I think even more so than some of the 1/6 scale ones that we've seen, because of the proportions of things. Like, it looks off, obviously, like regular human proportions. Like, look at the right picture here.
Yeah.
Looks like a spider there, but at the same, like, it's like really accurate with the actual show, because that's what his proportions are like in that show. And I feel like 1/6 scale figures probably use like a pre-made body for it. So,
Well, and I think with like most Spideys in general, you're gonna have a lot of fun with this.
yeah.
You know, putting it in different poses and stuff like that. So, I personally will not get it, but I think you're gonna have a lot of fun with it if you do.
Yeah, and Sentinel does good work for the most part from what I've seen. But that wraps up the show. I was going to mention too, I didn't put a picture in here, but Trick or Treat Studios, they did a House of a Thousand Corpse finger licking, pistol whipping Captain Spaulding figure. I think it's like 6.5 inches, $20, due in October 1st. But yeah, you guys, for real, I was kind of trying to set Danny up because I didn't know what it was, but you guys are for real gonna have to fill me in on the whole Candace thing.
It's can this dick fit in your mouth? I think.
Okay, that's kind of what I figured.
I think that's what it is. Zach said it the other day, and I don't. It's along those lines.
Anyways, we want to thank all of our Patreon. We got. I'll get them this time for you, Sean.
Appreciate it.
We got Ben Porter, Sean Fear, Ian Seaby, Renee Mendez, Eris Mariscal, Eric Mariscal.
Eris. Nope,
Eris.
Eris now.
Wow. Quinn Aguirre, Lemur Hernandez, King Louis, Mark Pearson, Paul Schreiber, James
It's like
Colley,
dominoes. Once you fuck up one, it's just downhill. You go
Red Right Hand. What?
Is that new?
That one is new.
Yeah. What the fuck? Red right hand. Someone planted that shit there.
Dan
Oh no,
Lee,
no, I remember red right hand. Never mind. Yeah.
Dan Lee, Deanie Martin, Stephen Krett, Big Fern, King Zachary V, Caesar Morrow Quinn, Mike Cruz, Lisa Martin Bomonsky, Rick D. Gregorio, Alvin Jules, The Everyday Collector, Bo LeBoyd, Eric Ruiz, Mario Cortez, Stephen Purchase, Sean Yutzi, right? Actually,
Yeltsy.
I get it wrong every time. Sorry, Sean. Him and I actually like talk too, because he's like one of the few that I talk about Mezco with, but god damn it, Mario. No. Scott Bradley, Stephen Maria Stanley, Jesse Contreras, Lord Voldemort, Eddie Manzanares, Joe Corpus, Mr. and Mrs. JB. Thank you guys.
Hey.
We love you.
Thank you guys.
Good job,
You
Dylan.
guys are the reason we're able to keep doing this and enjoy it. So for their benefits, we got our Smalltalk sticker. Yeah. We haven't had one for a while because I'm not that great at designing them, and Damien did a lot of that in the past. The Oxfather sticker. So you got this guy here, whoever that is.
Looks like that's Kanye West. That's
With
actually
with hairy
Jesus.
ears.
Yeah, that's Jesus, dude. That's who that is.
And then we got our 3 different tiers for Patreons. We got Sweet Angel, where you get a sticker and then access to After Dark for $5 a month. Certified Crispy for $15 a month. You get those stickers and then an official Certified Crispy certificate on first pledge. And then Figure Fixes by Zach. And then What a Guy, $25 a month. This one you get a Collecting Weekly Live 18x24 silhouette poster on first pledge, and then doubles of all the stickers, and then 1 sculpt a year painted by Darkside Customs after 3 months, and all benefits of the previous tiers. I believe T Republic is still doing their. I was gonna say 1/6 Republic. Wow, is still doing their promo where you can get 30 to 35% off.
Yeah.
We got a couple OFAC Only Fools, Only Fans shirt. Fuck That Guy, In and Out, Small Talk, Retro, Creeps Are Us, Ox Plays, Gooch Grease. A bunch of different shirts there to choose from. I actually have a couple coming here. Speaking,
You ordered some?
Yeah, so I got the Small Talk on the way, and then I also have a little art print on the way as well.
And dude, you ordered the art print? No way.
You'll see. Next show it should be here. I was really hoping that it was gonna be here for this show, but I ordered it like a week and a half ago, man, and it's still not here. I was so bummed because I wanted it.
I got a shirt on the way. I got the motherfucking Peps shirt on the way.
I'm not gonna tell you what my art is, but my plan. If people were watching an After Dark, you'll know where it's going to be the only thing in my background here. Famous. I'm famous for not having a background, and it's going to be my only lone thing there. So, yeah, we also wanted to shout out the Everyday Collector. John over there shouts us out all the time. Thank you for that. And then we got our cast here of all of our shows. Of course, Small Talk will record every other Thursday, so not next Thursday, but the Thursday after that we'll go live again. But we will upload next Thursday, and then Collecting Weekly every Tuesday. OFAC, they alternate Thursdays with us, including uploads. They're uploading today. And then we got Collecting Rarities, and I believe they are going on Sunday with. And then In and Outs of Collecting scheduled for tomorrow with Mario. Mm-hmm. And then we got CW Clips. Follow that on Instagram. Eddie, you are killing it there. And making my life 10 times easier. That is actually gold. Go to that Instagram page and you'll have a good time. Yeah, we got Collecting Weekly.
This show.
What?
Because you're going to see like at least 2 highlights from this show tonight.
Eddie, as long as you get me a sticker out of it, let's go.
What do you want? A hard sticker? You want a sticker of you with a hard? It's either hard or 3 3/4. So
we gotta put like a hard stamp on Small Talk or something like that. We got Collecting Weekly live unboxing, so that's kind of random, but I think John does one on Monday, right? A retro one every Monday, something like that.
Yeah. So live unboxings happen sporadically whenever someone gets new stuff in, but yeah, every Monday will be.
Speaking
John
of which,
doing a retro.
Do you guys want to do one after this show or no? Okay.
Yes, I want to see that figure.
Yeah, we'll do one after this show here. I'm gonna do the 3-0 giant Tormund Giant Spain. And then we got After Dark Wednesdays and Saturdays, typically Wednesdays for sure. And then Ox Plays, and I think Ox Plays is going Saturday. Someone said, right?
They're sporadic too, but usually we do them either Friday nights or Saturday nights. Friday nights when In and Outs isn't going. I think we've done a couple, but Ox Plays will be either Zach doing his flight simulator that he's been doing a couple of different clips of those. Those are pretty cool. They're very interesting if you're into like, airplanes and shit and like flying over like actual landmarks and things. He's pretty. Like, Zach is, like, very knowledgeable about shit. He's weird. Like, if he likes something, he'll read up on it, and then he sounds like a flight attendant, dude. Like, I think Zach should have been a flight attendant. Not many
people know this, but I actually have my pilot's license. That's what I started going to school for. So, I'm pretty interested, obviously, in that stuff as well. But, anyways... Thank you, everyone, for tuning in to this week's episode of Small Talk, the show where we talk about absolutely nothing important at all. I'm your host, Dylan. Thank you, Sean and Eddie. Have a good night, everyone.
Bye, guys.
Later, guys.